Good morning. Good morning. I believe we had about 10 families, so I'm going to give it a few more minutes to see if I can, um, so that we don't leave anybody behind. Um, thank you all for being here today. I'm very happy that you have joined us. Let's see if I can get my presentation. Hmm. Good morning. Hi. So nice to see you. I'm Miss McMillan Barnes, principal. We have a few more families that we had, I think 10 families total. So I'm trying to give everyone a little bit of time to get in. And I'm trying to get my presentation up. For some reason today, it's not actually working all that well. Okay, maybe it's there now. Well, no, maybe it's not. Okay. I think I may have figured it out. I think it may be working for me. Oh, I didn't even realize you guys couldn't see me. I'm sorry. On my small little screen, it is not being all that user friendly today. Well, good morning. I'm going to go ahead and get started. We have 7 of you with us today. There may be some others that join us along the way because there were 10 families that were signed up. Thank you so much for being here today. I truly appreciate that. I am Miss McMillan Barnes. I am the principal here at Lee Virtual School. So want to make sure you have a face with a name. Um, Today, we're going to be talking just about the overview of Lee Virtual School. And please feel free to ask questions at any time. I want to make sure when you leave here today, the majority of your questions are answered. There will be some in-person orientation opportunities where we will dig a little bit deeper. Um, Virtual school is a very different way of getting an education, and there's a lot of layers to it. So we like to do a little at a time with families because it does take a while to transition from what you understand about traditional school to a virtual education. But once our families fully get what virtual education looks like, it is usually a really amazing option for our families. And I'm very happy that you are here today. As I said, please ask questions as we go along. I'm going to pause after every slide and just ask if you have questions. Um, First and foremost, we are a public school. Lee Virtual School is a a school district of Lee County Public School. So we are part of Lee County. That offers many benefits to our students. Number one, we follow the school district's instructional calendar. So a lot of our families actually have students that are continuing to be in brick and mortar schools, while they have a student where they are doing virtual school. It really helps as a family to have the same days off, same spring break, Christmas, holiday breaks, all of those things in the same calendar. So kids are working on the same school days. Um, our students are able to middle and high school are able to participate in extracurricular activities. If you have a child who wants to participate in sports or clubs, in addition to what we offer, our students are able to do those things. A lot of our high school students, while we do not have a prom or a homecoming, a lot of our students go to proms or homecomings with friends that they know at our brick and mortar schools. As a Lee County school, you get to do that. Um, our teachers are highly qualified Lee County teachers. They hold certifications in the things that they teach. There are in-person opportunities to meet your teachers and or to work with your teachers as needed. We offer in person because a lot of our families want some of those opportunities. If you are a family who wants an all virtual scenario, we offer that as well. Some of our families really enjoy having some in person, so we do offer some of those things. Um, our students take district and state assessments. That way our teachers are able to make instructional changes throughout the year. And our students are held to the same standards as all schools. So middle and high schoolers have credits and specific graduation requirements for our high school students. And state testing is a very large component of those pieces for those students. Also, another benefit to being at Lee Virtual School versus a Florida Virtual is that we also utilize district programs. So our students have access to a lot of more resources than they would if they were in a Florida virtual setting. We offer an in-person graduation, so our students can graduate just like any other high school in our district and receive the same diploma. And our diplomas are the same as if they graduate from a brick and mortar Lee County school. It will allow them to go on to colleges and technical schools. It is the same type of diploma. We get that question often. Is it accredited high school diploma? And yes, it is. The way that we utilize Florida Virtual curriculum and platform. So we pay for the courses through Florida Virtual. So our students utilize their online system, and that is our learning environment, is the Florida Virtual system. Are there any questions about Lee Virtual School before we move on? All right. I do like to talk a little bit about a virtual school versus home education. While your students will be doing their work from home, we are not home education. Home education is where very, very different. The parent directs all learning, parent gets to choose curriculum. We only offer one curriculum, and that is our Florida virtual curriculum and our district curriculum. So if you're looking for something if you're looking for your student not to participate in district and state assessments, home education would be the route you would want. And if that is something that you want, just email me, let me know, and I will be happy to connect you with the right personnel for home education. Lee Virtual School, we do provide a Chromebook because we are a Lee County school. We do provide technology to our students. I will be sending out the dates for Chromebook pickup. It will be the week before school starts because we want you to have those Chromebooks in your hand so that on day one, students can go into their courses and start working. Any questions about the difference between homeschool or home education? I'm sorry, home education or Lee Virtual School? You guys are quiet today. Please feel free to ask questions. So as the principal, I like to talk about what are the benefits of virtual learning. It offers a lot of flexibility to families. We have students come to virtual school for a variety of reasons. And so it does allow families to decide when their children are going to do their work. Um, we have children that are with us because they do traveling sports, like traveling hockey or baseball. We also have students who are in the arts who they do performance arts and they're traveling all over the country. Um, we have students that come to us because they just don't enjoy a traditional high school. They don't enjoy, I can tell you, I have two very different children and my personal children. I have one who was doing competitive taekwondo, who had a lot of interaction outside of school and did not enjoy the high school experience. She wanted to just get her work done. She just wanted to get her work and get her work done and then spend the rest of her time at the taekwondo gym. And then I had one child who was very much all about school, right? He enjoyed all the electives. He was in the performing arts. So he wanted to be at school taking all of those classes. So that is something as a family, we have a lot of students that come here because they don't enjoy the electives and they don't enjoy those pieces, but they just want to get their work done. So that's something that a lot of our students are here for. A lot of our students are also here for different medical types of issues that make it where they can't show up daily in a brick and mortar, and they need an online curriculum so that they are not an attendance issue. So that's another reason. There's even more reasons than that. We have families that travel the country that um, do that for work but they want their kid in an online and they are Lee County, they reside in Lee County, but they want flexibility. You could be here for any or all of those reasons, but that is one of the benefits, great benefits of virtual learning. Um, One of the things that I think is one of the things that most people do not know is that virtual learning offers a lot of one-to-one teacher support. So your children have the opportunity to speak one individually with teachers on a regular basis. Teachers have cell phones that are assigned to them from our school. Parents are allowed to text the teachers, call the teachers. Students can, if they're in middle or high school, they can communicate with their teacher through a phone by texting or calling. Um, our teachers during the school days and only school days are available from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on their cell phones. You have the opportunity to set up one-on-one tutoring opportunities with teachers. It really is an individualistic way for children to learn. We offer unique electives. We offer things that other schools don't offer. Our seventh graders start taking high school credited courses with us in seventh grade, so that when they get to high school, they can either go into the Cambridge courses, which we offer the Cambridge Diploma Program, which is a very rigorous program, which allows students to earn the highest Bright Futures scholarships. We also have a lot of our students do dual enrollment with our local colleges or universities or tech centers. So the more high school credits a student earns in middle school, the more opportunity they get for free college courses, because Lee County pays for those courses. They are free to our students. My daughter did dual enrollment, and my son did dual enrollment their last 2 years, and they both left high school with an AA degree. I highly recommend it because I didn't pay a dime for it. Lee County provides books and all of those things. So it's never too early if you're an elementary parent to start thinking about those kind of things, because those are the things that really benefit your child in the long run. And at Lee Virtual, they have the opportunity to earn more of those type of credits because they do start taking high school courses in middle school. If that is something that you're interested in. It is absolutely not pushed on anybody, but it is a benefit. Real life skills is another big one. In virtual school, children learn how to advocate for themselves. They learn how to um, convey their meaning in written word. There's a lot of writing in our world for students. Students learn how to have conversations with adults. In elementary, that is not, or in brick and mortar, kids can be, they can literally not talk to teachers very often. And learn how to navigate how to let the teacher know that they need help, because a lot of kids are shy and they don't want to raise their hand and say, hey, I need help. In the virtual world, the way you raise your hand is you reach out to your teacher and say, hey, I'm not understanding this module. Could we talk on the phone, or could I set up a Zoom meeting with you? So they learn how to advocate for themselves. And I already talked a little bit about acceleration, how our middle schoolers are able to take courses that would earn them high school credits in middle school earlier than if they were in a traditional brick and mortar. Are there any questions about any of the things that I've talked about so far? All right, what are the main requirements? The main requirements is that you reside in Lee County, which means you have a Lee County address, just like if you were to go to any traditional school here in Lee County. You must have reliable internet service. There are many, many reasons. We have live lessons. You have to turn in your assignments. And if you don't have internet service, you're not able to do that. Children must be brought in at the end of the year for state assessments. It is a requirement for Lee Virtual School since we are a district school. And it is a requirement to remain in our school. And students must have access to a phone. They don't necessarily have to have a cell phone of their own, in which as a parent, I don't really think kids need phones until they start driving. So I'm a big proponent of children not having cell phones. However, they do need access to a phone. Teachers make phone calls and they have to verbally speak to children. And children need to advocate for themselves. So there will be times where they will need to call a teacher. So they just must have access to a phone. A parent's phone is totally fine. And we want parent phone numbers and we want you involved. Any questions about the requirements? What can you expect? So do I have any elementary families here today? Anybody? Okay. Elementary students take 4 classes. They have science, social studies, math, and language arts. We do offer art as an elective if a family would like it. It is an optional class. It is not mandatory, but we do offer that if you're interested in an art. About 20% of our kids do that, not that many. Time required is and this is for students to do their work and participate in live lessons with their teacher, is 4 to 6 hours a day, depending on their skill level and depending on the complexity of the assignments. It may not take them that. We have some students that, are able to get all of their work done within 2 to 3 hours because they stay focused and they get it done. There are 8 to 10 assignments per week total. There are an average of 2 assignments per day. Rule of thumb for elementary families, we ask that students complete 2 assignments and turn in 2 assignments. They're not really done until they get submitted. And the parent works hand in hand with the teacher and serves as a learning coach. If there's someone else that the child is with during the day, then that would need to be the learning coach. It doesn't necessarily have to be the parent. But the learning coach is someone who is with the child while they're on live lessons and they're doing work. Live lessons don't last all day. There may be one, maybe none in a day. But that learning coach is the person who is working with the student when they're doing their work. Middle and high school students take 6 classes per semester. That would be middle school takes math, science, social studies, and language arts, and they take reading. All middle schoolers take reading of some sort, whether it's advanced reading or whether it is below level reading where we're trying to get them to proficiency. Everybody takes reading, and then they take one elective. High school, there are 6 courses. You take the 4 core and then 2 electives. One could be reading if they have not met that reading graduation requirement. Middle school and high schoolers have anywhere from 12 to 15 assignments that are due weekly. There is not a day by day, here is what you do. We do everything on weeks. So the teacher will script out exactly what is due every week. And you must turn those in by the end of the week to receive credit. We say in middle and high school that they need to complete 3 assignments a day and submit those assignments. Remember, you're not done until you turn them in. And in our world, it's just submitting. To stay on track to finish by the end of the semester, it requires that there are at least 3 turned in daily. We ask parents to monitor this on a regular basis, just to make sure kids are doing their work. One of the things that is in a brick and mortar, a teacher is walking around, right, as kids are working on their assignments to ensure kids are doing their work. We need the parent to monitor that to make sure the student is turning in their assignments. One of the benefits of virtual learning is that parents have an account. So parents can log into that account any time of day to see if kids are turning in their work. Hold on one second.
What's going on? Evening?
I'm on the information session.
Yeah. Is everything okay?
Everything's great.
You can hear them and they can hear you.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on. Can you guys hear me? Yeah.
I can hear you fine.
Okay. Sorry. He just walks in here and I'm like, I thought they could hear me. So I apologize. We must have a parent on the phone saying they can't hear. I'm not sure why. So sorry for that break. Hopefully it allowed you to laugh a little bit. So thank you for still being with me. I'm not sure where I was, but I'm going to go back to one of the benefits is that parents can look when a child says that they have turned in an assignment. Guess what? You can log in and you can see the exact time that they turned it in, which is useful for middle and high school. Because if any of you guys know middle and high schoolers, they will say they turned in something and did not. So just as a teacher, just for reference. Any questions about the number of assignments and any of that? One thing I did not say is that families, you get to decide when your child does their work, okay? You get to decide their schedule. You just want to make sure you're allowing for breaks. So once they turn in one assignment, they get one assignment done, give them a 15-minute break. Tell them they're allowed a 15-minute break. You know, we do that in brick and mortar. We do different things in the classroom to give them like a brain break. So you get to do that. You get to decide what does that look like. If they work better at night, they can do their work at night. Just completely up to the family. The family has control of the learning environment, and you get to decide that schedule. So just wanted to make that very clear. I did already touch on all of these things about high school. We do offer the Cambridge Diploma Program, and this is an awesome program. My son graduated from Cambridge, and he earned the top Bright Futures scholarship because of his GPA and because of his, and I truly believe Cambridge was the reason that he earned that. I do have a hand raised for a question. Could you ask now?
Can you hear me okay now?
Oh, now I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, sorry. I don't think my speaker was working.
No problem.
I did have a question about you had mentioned live sessions and also that, we have the flexibility to choose their schedule. I know my son works best in the mornings, and so I'm not going to get much out of him after lunchtime, honestly. So I'm curious, like those live sessions with the teachers, are those a scheduled thing and they must attend? Or if he's learning okay, he does not need to? How does that work?
What grade level is your child?
We're in middle school, so he's going
Okay.
into 7th.
So live lessons for middle and high school are not required. However, let me caveat that they are highly, highly encouraged as much as possible.
Okay.
The reason is that's where you really get to know your teacher, right? You're in class with all the kids. With all the kids that show up, you're in there, you get to ask questions on the spot. Um, Most of the time, middle school teachers schedule 1 to 2 live lessons a week. It's not every, and it will be when your child logs in to that class. Every class has a teacher announcement page with all the information for that class. So the teacher phone number, contact information, the schedule of what to do every week. They also post their live lessons. If a child cannot attend, they post it. So if you want to go back and maybe he attends the live lesson, however they did not remember or they didn't understand everything, they can go back and rewatch it. That's a very powerful tool for your children. A lot of our high school students work. That's another thing. A lot of high school students come here because they want to have a job that works during the day or they're doing different things. We post those lessons so that kids can always get the lesson. I hope that answered your question.
That's great. Thank you.
Mhm. Elementary, they're not mandatory either. However, elementary live lessons are way more important than middle and high school. And I'm going to say that because the teacher is teaching reading skills and math skills, those foundational pieces. You want your children to participate in those because number one, they're fun for the kid. Number one, our elementary teachers are amazing and they are so much fun. Okay. And they make their lessons engaging and they make them where they can provide that understanding for the child, right? So elementary parents, do your best to always have them there. That I'm going to tell you is going to give you the best result for your child. Middle and high school, it is not necessary all the time, but I definitely would encourage that as well because those live lessons are going to be on current material. So whatever assignments are due this week, that's what those lessons are going to be on. Teachers also post other video resources. So if for whatever reason the live lesson, the child doesn't understand something, there will be other videos for you to view. Our goal is mastery. So we want your children to have every opportunity to learn. So just want you to know that too. Any other questions before I move on? All right, skills students need to be successful, and they may not have all these skills right now, and that's okay. That's part of what virtual learning teaches. They have to, this is one of those though that is the biggest deal. They have to be willing to talk to a teacher. They have to. It's a mandatory part of our program. Our teachers do something called discussion-based assessments, where they before students are able to take a test, a teacher has to talk to them to know, do they understand the material? Because students only get one opportunity to take a test. Assignments, if students don't do well on an assignment, they can redo those for a better grade. We don't penalize for not doing well on assignments. They have 3 opportunities to make a grade on an assignment good or what they want it to be. Tests, they only have 1 opportunity. So teachers have to verbally talk to a child either on the phone or through web conferencing like we're doing right now. So that is something that is so important. So as a parent, you kind of need to talk about that with your child ahead of time, because I know children can be shy, but that is a big deal. Self-advocacy, I've already kind of talked about that. They have to be willing to reach out when they don't know something, because your teacher is not going to be on video with you all day long. They won't know when your child is struggling. So parents, we're going to lean on you, and families, we're going to lean on you to help them self-advocate. Teach them how to text a teacher if they're in middle school or high school, and teach them, hey, this is Jennifer Barnes, Miss Moore. I am not understanding dividing fractions. When is a good time that we could talk on the phone or do a quick video conference? So we're going to need your help with that. And then once they get the hang of it, and then they see that teachers are not scary and that they're really awesome people and fun people to talk to, then they will just do it naturally from there on out, right? Computer literacy, most kids are so good with computers. But if they're not, that's something that will come, especially elementary kids, it will come, and teachers will help. Time management skills. Like I said before, you need to create a schedule for your child, and expectation for your kid. Like, here's how many assignments you have to do today, and here's what you need to get done today. And we once they get in the routine of that, it's actually really easy for kids. And they have to keep trying, grit and perseverance is a big part of your life when you're an adult. I know for me, when I don't get things right the first time, I have to try again, right? That's the same in school. We have to teach them how to do that. Are there any questions about skills? What can your student expect? On August 12th, because that's the first day of school, they can expect to log into their account, which they will have already set that up. All their classes will be there. They will need to log into every single class, because that's how we do attendance. They have to log in every day, school day. And when they do that, all the teacher contact information is going to be there, and something called a pace chart. The pace chart is where all the assignments live. And it's going to say week 1, this assignment, week 2, this assignment. And they'll be able to click on those assignments to complete them. And then they will turn them in. So that is what you can expect on the very first day of school. Students work on their own time. They complete things. They can take as long as they want. Most assignments range in the amount of time from 30 minutes to an hour, depending on what it is. Essays, obviously, for the older kids, as they get older, will take a little bit longer, but it just kind of depends. You're going to have to look at an assignment and determine, okay, how long is this going to take? Students can turn in more assignments than what is due. So we have a lot of kids that finish their classes a month ahead of time. And they have an extra long winter break and an extra long summer break. Once your child gets in the routine of virtual learning, they may find that one class is super easy for them and they can get those assignments done and finished. And I would encourage that. So if they have a class that really is easy for them, do an extra assignment every single week, and then you'll be done with the class a month ahead of time. All courses are reading and writing based. Students will have to read on their own. But once again, even if they're a struggling reader, that's okay. They have the amount of time they need. Like if you're in a classroom in a brick and mortar, you don't always have the amount of time you need for an assignment, right? That is one of the benefits of virtual learning. Parents can help their students. We don't want you to do it for them, but it's okay to be that coach. The teacher isn't there every minute. We need you to act as their coach. That's why we call it a learning coach. Don't do it for them now. Don't do it for them. We want them to reach out to their teachers because the teachers can teach them. That's their job. And I highly, highly encourage you to use your teachers and get to know your teachers and become best friends with your teachers. They must sign into class every day. We talked about that for attendance. They need to submit 2 to 3 assignments per course per week to stay on track. Attend live lessons if you're available. If not, watch those live lessons. Middle and high school families, I'm going to tell you this. Children will try to do assignments before they even watch any of the lessons. They're not going to know how to do the assignments unless they watch the lessons. So children are hard-headed too. You're going to have to tell them, watch the video. Because usually whatever questions they have are answered right there on that video. Communicate with your teachers on a regular basis through text message or email. Families, we need your email and contact information to be correct. I email weekly emails when the school year is going. I'm going to send out a big email next week that's going to have a lot of information about the beginning of the school year. I need you to read those things. I try to make it where I highlight, like if it's only elementary specific, I will say that and highlight it. So if you don't have an elementary student, you don't need to read that, right? You can skip that part. But anything that is not grade level specific, please read. I try not to do a lot on my emails, but I want you to know what's going on. It's important to me also that you have the ability to contact me if you need anything. And I can direct you and I can help you find what you're looking for. Have one-to-one phone conversations with those discussion-based assessments before every test. Those are big because the teacher can, if the teacher can know right away, is this child ready for that test so that they're going to be successful. If the child isn't going to be successful, they will let the child know, listen, go back and study this specific thing. And then let's talk again before you take the test because they want them to do well. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about, is your child doing well. Questions about what your student can expect. All right, I'm going to move on. What can you expect from the teachers? They're going to have on their announcement page when you log in, they're going to have all the assignments broken down by week for you. I highly recommend getting a whiteboard and hanging it wherever your child will be working and writing out all the assignments for the week that the kid needs to make sure that they do. That way, you have a visual, the child has a visual, and you know exactly what they need to do. That takes practice. Middle and high school students should be able to do that on their own, but parents should need to check it and make sure that they do that. Teachers are going to provide a lot of resources. They're going to provide their live lessons recordings, and they're going to provide additional resources and websites. They are going to call you. They're going to make a welcome call, and they're going to say, in high school and middle school families, there's going to be 6 of them that call you. Okay, please talk to them. Your teacher is your best resource. They might not call you the first day. It might be the second day or the third day. They will call you though. Okay. And that's really, really important. But children need to start working on August 12th, even before you talk to a teacher, so that they stay on track. They will communicate with you regularly. They will have live lessons. They will email and text you regularly. Please respond. They are available to work with individual students on an as needed basis. They also have office. Students can just pop in and ask questions. So every week they will have they will be on the web conferencing like I am right now, waiting for your children to come in and provide tutoring. That's their tutoring time. They will grade assignments with specific feedback. One of the things I think as a parent, that is one of the most awesome things about virtual learning is the specific feedback that is provided. So every single assignment, they provide feedback. And that feedback lets you know what the child is not understanding as a parent, or lets the child know what they're not understanding. And then they'll provide other resources. And of course, we've already talked about the DBAs. They will complete those before every exam. Anything that you might want to know about the teacher's role for your child? Okay, we're going to move on. What can you expect from the school? We will have an in-person student and parent orientation. I will be sending out all of those dates next week. It is really important that you come because we show you what the platform looks like. We show you what students are going to see when they log in. We show you as a parent the things you need to know. Really, really, really important. Our new students also have an in-person first days. It is not mandatory. However, we highly encourage it because when students meet their teacher face to face, it's not as weird as through a computer screen. And for whatever reason, it's like that automatic connection and they automatically know, oh, I'm really going to like this teacher, right? So we do have an in-person opportunity, but we also have virtual opportunities. That schedule will also be coming in my email, and I will send it out multiple times, but I just want you to know I will be sending all of that out. Our website is also your best friend as a parent. We post everything there. So anything that is important to you as a family will go there as well. We do a monthly newsletter that we post on our website, and I will send that to you. There is technology support. We have 2 tech specialists here at the district office who are available to help you with technology issues with the Chromebooks. You can make a phone call here, and they will help you. If it's something big, you can bring in the Chromebook and they'll swap it out. And then we also send overall school messages on School Messenger. So like testing dates, school events, those kind of things. So your email and phone numbers, it is so important that they are correct in the Focus portal. If they are not, please go and check them. I'm assuming they are because you're all here today. And if they weren't correct, then you wouldn't have received my email about these information sessions. Any questions about what you can expect from the school? Most of you are probably already enrolled. If you are not, you can go to the leeschools.net website and go under student enrollment and complete an application. That's the end of my presentation. Are there any questions that anyone has, maybe that I didn't answer?
It was very good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm always trying to improve our presentation so that I'm making sure I'm answering those important questions that everyone wants to know, because it's a really big choice to choose virtual, and I want our parents to be fully informed. I have a hand raised. What is your question?
Yes, hi, good morning. I had a quick question. You said with the Focus portal, so does that mean they're gonna be getting, well, we'll be receiving a report card for the students every new semester or whatnot?
Yes. Focus is where we post final grades. What is different, and thank you for bringing that up. What is different that our grades live in the Florida virtual platform until the end of the semester. We put, because we're a Lee County school, we put our grades into Focus at the end of the semester. So a report card is generated and sent to families and is available for families. Thank you for asking that question, because that is one thing I did forget to talk about. Grades will not live on Focus though. So I need families to know that. Like when you're checking on your child, you want to look on the Florida virtual platform and that system, which you will have a parent account tied to your student account, and you will be able to check it. Sometimes families forget that, and that's a really important part of virtual school. Any other questions? Anything that, as a parent, that you are looking for your child out of this virtual education that we can do more to make our school better for you?
I have a question, and
Yes.
I'm not sure if this is the right place to ask or not, but if it's not, if you could just direct me in the right direction, that would be great.
Absolutely.
My son is going into 8th grade, so this was a huge move for us, trying to just get him on the right track and out of the traditional school setting, et cetera. But he is still big into sports. Is there still opportunities for him to play sports, or how does that work?
Absolutely. So when you are a Lee County student, because our students are Lee County students, they can participate in sports at brick and mortar schools. So you would need to contact, so I would need to give you an email address of our athletic person here at the district office. All right, and that's going to be Mr. LaRosa, LAROSA. He is the Director of Athletics and Activities. And his email address is David, DAVIDPL, at leeschools.net. And I'll put it in the chat so that you are able to actually see it, if I can find the chat.
Thank you so much.
And he will provide you with a form, and all you do is you take that form to the school that you are planning to go to, and they will sign it, and then you can participate. That's the
Okay.
beautiful thing about being with Lee Virtual School.
Excellent. Thank you so
Yep.
much.
And we want our children to have those opportunities. So I see another hand is raised.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Hi. Thanks for the information session, by the way. It was very helpful. I do have a couple questions for you. Number
Absolutely.
one, you may have touched on this already, but do you offer college level courses through the
So
virtual school?
we do not have college courses, but we do dual enrollment with colleges. So FSW and FGCU, we do the dual enrollment program with them. So children can earn college courses and credits for free.
Where do we go to get some information about dual enrollment?
So what grade level is your child?
He's in high school in grade 12.
Grade 12. Okay. You would need to go, because the only school that's still taking applications for dual enrollment at the moment is FSW. You would need
Okay.
to go to FSW's website, and you can do search dual enrollment, and there's an application right there.
Okay, will do. Thank
And
you.
I would do that today, because I think that it closes, and I think there's only a few weeks left. So I would go ahead and get that done today. And what happens is they contact us and let us know that our student is signed up for dual enrollment. And then we help them create what classes to take.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's a partnership with FSW.
The other question I had, did you guys already send information about how to set up the online platform for the students, or is that still coming?
It is still coming. I am
Okay.
going to be sending it starting next week every day. I mean, not every day, but every week.
Every
Yeah. So I'm going to send out a big email next week. That's really important. Probably won't go out until Tuesday, but it's going to have all the dates and everything you need. And then I will send it out again at the last week of July. I'm going to be on vacation the third week, so I won't be sending it then, but I will send it the end of July, and then I will start sending weekly emails. So you will not be surprised. You will know every date possible.
all right,
So,
very good. Thank you.
but yeah. Any other questions? We're very excited to have your children join us. And as a parent myself, I mean, my children are older, but I like to say this to parents. For me, I am always, as a principal, wanting to make the parent experience in this setting the best it can be. So please always contact me if you have a question. I may not be the person to answer that question, but I can get you to the person to answer that question. So for me, it's about ensuring that you feel good about the environment you're about to put your child into for learning. Our curriculum is excellent. Our teachers are excellent. Our school is excellent. And but there is always room for improvement. So when you ask me questions, then that lets me know, hey, maybe we didn't fully explain this, or, so it makes my presentations better. It makes everything better when you ask questions. So I am so grateful that you are all here today. And any final questions before we say goodbye? All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. It has been my pleasure to spend some time with you to talk about our school. And if you can't tell, I really love our school. So I'm hoping that you will too. As the school year goes along, whatever your child needs, please let us know. Okay. We want to work with you to ensure that your child is getting everything that they need out of this educational experience. Have a great day.
Thank you. You as well. Bye.